You ever have that friend, or I don't know, a few friends that you like, you may even love them. They're your boys, your girls. You hang out, but there's that other side of them where you kind of like you find them adorable in a way because they're like, a little nerdy, but you don't bully them because it would be too easy. That's what I like and say, like, my oldest brother, sweetheart of a man. But, he would really into the band Rush. Years ago, he's like 15 years older than me, so 30 years ago, we'll call it. I was a little kid, but I remember looking at him and his friends and thinking, look at these guys, going to this Rush concert. Good band, but nerd music. And I thought, when I think back to that time, I think, could there be any band that represents the music of the unlaid better than Rush? That's the ultimate music of the unlaid. And I feel the same thing applies to those who watch press conferences and want to pontificate the merits of who got the better zinger in there, when these motherfuckers are in there to kill each other for the most part. Maybe not kill each other, but close. So we'll dedicate this podcast to the nerds who represent the music of the unlaid.
Cause I'm the king of the casuals, the casual king.
Keep your fucking fingers in. What is this shit? It's always this shit.
The casuals, the casual king. Cause I'm nobody bringing you the casual thing. The king of the casuals, the casual king. The king of the casuals, the casual king. King of the casuals, the casual thing. Cause ain't nobody bringing you the casual thing.
King of the Casuals, episode number 17. And so just got done watching the Conor McGregor, Dustin Poirier UFC 264 press conference, and watching the comments from viewers on YouTube is almost more fun than the actual presser. Fighters are cutting weight, and it's an obligation. They don't look forward to this nearly as much as the fans do. They have to do this to come and give their final sell for the fight. And then in watching the comments, though, I'm always reminded of, God, we have a lot of dorks still left in the world. Maybe Bill Burr was right. Maybe we ought to bring bullying back. Just a little. Just put them in a locker like halfway. And maybe not for the whole day, but like a few hours. And watching Brian Campbell and lukethomas immediately following their take on it. Two fat middle-aged guys trying to give the merits of Conor McGregor, certainly the biggest name and the biggest attraction in combat sports history, definitely in mixed martial arts history, and particularly Brian Campbell, trying to say, I think Dustin won this press conference. He had answers there that, and Conor, he didn't really see anything new. Conor didn't want to be there. Conor just wants to get in there and avenge his loss. And he's not paid to be a comedian. He's paid to knock people out. And he's also paid because there's a gazillion people on the earth who relate to him or want to be like him. He's sort of the aspirational dude of today. Anyway, not to shit all over those guys. They know their stuff. Lukethomas particularly is really good at, breaking down fights and fighters. I think it's clear. His biases are clear. That's okay. We all have them. I have them. But I'm just a casual. But he's very good at that. But to see those two try and give the merits on what is funny or who had the leg up psychologically, I don't know. It's kind of silly, but here I am talking about it. So enough about Brian Campbell and... So his name, Brian Campbell, I don't know, short little pudgy guy. He needs to perhaps do a little less talking, a little more jogging. But I thought StephenASmith's interview with Conor McGregor. I'm not normally a StephenASmith fan either because he talks out of school a lot on things he doesn't know, but he's very good at getting people to answer tough questions, and he did it with McGregor, and it seemed to light a fire under McGregor's ass. And I know everybody talks about, is this the old Conor? People evolve. He's not going backwards. He's not going to become. He can't be the same guy he was in 2014, and he's not trying to be. He's just being himself. So everybody has like 52 versions of himself, depending on the fucking hour. But I would say it's safe to say that McGregor is there, not for me, he doesn't need the money. And he's not doing charity, which seems a little bit like what he did in the last fight. And Dustin Poirier has definitely gotten better. I'm not taking anything away from Poirier, other than his zingers, according to Brian Campbell, called them zingers, were very, very pre-written. If it were a rap battle, those would have been pre-written lines. But he has to do that. He's not on the same level as Conor McGregor mentally and with quick wit. He's a nice man from Louisiana, and that's what he should be. And he gave a lot of classy answers, but he certainly wasn't funny. And when he does attempt to be, well, I knocked you the fuck out, comes off a little tacky for some reason. I know it's a double standard, but that's like McGregor. He's Irish. He's brash. Most Irish people, not all, but a lot of them talk that way. A gentleman from the South in America, I don't think he's a hillbilly. I think that's McGregor having fun with him. But they don't really talk like that. I thought McGregor's bit about Dustin's wife being sort of the emasculating figure of the relationship definitely got to Dustin, for sure, 100%, whether he showed it or not. But all in all, it just reminds me of Chael Sonnen with one question: just how good is Conor McGregor?
Cause I'm the king of the casuals, the casual king.
Keep your fucking fingers in. What is this shit? It's always this shit.
The casuals, the casual king, cause I'm nobody.